Well, now you actually have marijuana stocks, mostly in Canada.
Yeah.
Or all in Canada, from what I understand.
Which is a trip.
Yeah. Did you yourself, being that you were so much ahead of the curve and one of the spokesmen and faces of it, did you really financially benefit from marijuana becoming legal, whether it's getting involved in dispensaries or the growing operations or getting early stocks or whatever else? Did you really benefit, or did other people benefit and you're just happy to be part of the movement?
Well, at first, no. At first, we did not benefit. But that wasn't what it was for. It was basically for the movement to be pushed forward. Mm-hmm. Definitely, I benefited later after I opened up the shops.
So you have how many shops?
6 now.
6 dispensaries.
Wait, is it 6? It's we have one in Los Angeles, close to downtown, one in Sylmar, one in Cathedral City in Palm Desert, San Francisco, Sacramento, and Humboldt County.
What are they all called?
Dr. Green Thumb.
Dr. Green Thumb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and, so once that happened, our company is making money via the shops. But like the initial, in the beginning, it was more work than anything. And it's still work now because of the way things are. But realistically,
because from what I understand, and you see this with a number of dispensaries that go out of business, I heard it's a very, very rough business to be in.
It is if you don't have a brand.
Right. You know, it's not like you're selling weed illegally, where it's just, half of it is profit or whatever.
Right.
With all the taxes and all the hurdles and the security and everything else like that. Reggie Wright Jr. is in prison right now because his dispensary got shut down and he tried to basically keep moving weed under the table, which is why he's in prison right now.
That's the problem, though, is that if you have a licensed dispensary, you don't want to put it at risk by doing all the other shit.
Yeah.
And, that is something that we always have to keep in mind as operators and owners of the dispensaries, who's doing what. That's why security and all of our dispensaries have all these camera systems so that we can keep track of what everybody's doing, because you don't want any strikes against your license, because it is expensive to operate, especially if you're not vertical, right? Vertical means that you have all these things that
you're creating it, you're packaging it, you're selling it, you're marketing it.
You're growing it, you're producing it, you're manufacturing, you're packaging, you're distributing.
Are you guys actually growing as well or no? Okay, so you have your own farms?
Oh yeah, I mean that was before we had the dispensaries, we had the farms. I mean, we've been in the game for so long as cultivators. My team, and we created the Dr. Green Thumb brand out of the products we were cultivating and stuff like that. Eventually, it turned from that to, being cultivators of cannabis products to owning a shop and being shop owners, and then putting our licensed cannabis, because our cultivations are licensed too. So at every aspect, man, when you're vertical and you don't have the hedge fund money or the financing and stuff.
Right, because people are putting billions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember Berner had this video where there was like this operation, I think in Vegas.
Yeah.
That looked like a $100 million operation. It had its own, it's damn near like a city.
Right.
Where they're growing massive amounts.
Exactly. And it costs money to grow that massive amount, and it takes a distribution system that's consistent to get rid of all that product. Because if you don't have the path to get rid of that product and put it into all these licensed stores, you're sitting on that product and it has an expiration date. Yeah. And if you don't sell it, you take a fucking huge loss. Now, what happens is that shit could be fire. But if no one knows who produced it, if no one knows the brand, no one's gonna fuck with it until somebody comes and says, you know what, I'll white label that for my brand.